The SEALs were left for dead, until a ghost pilot answered their final call. The mountains burned orange under the setting sun, their jagged silhouettes cutting into the sky like broken teeth. Smoke rose from the valley floor, carrying the smell of diesel, blood, and burned fabric. The SEALs were pinned down on what command had labeled Hill 74, though to them it felt more like a grave. Lieutenant Cole wiped the dirt and sweat from his face, pressing his radio again. Static. No reply. The last transmission from HQ had come an hour ago, extraction denied. Airspace compromised. That was the military's polite way of saying you're on your own. Corpsman Vega was crouched beside a wounded man, Petty Officer Danner, wrapping a tourniquet around his thigh. Danner's lips were pale, eyes flickering like a dying flame. "How long?" he whispered. "Hold still," Vega muttered. "You'll see that sunrise, brother." But even he didn't believe it. Rounds cracked through the trees again, short bursts of automatic fire echoing up the slope. The team ducked behind broken rocks, answering with what little ammunition they had left. The echo faded, leaving only the hiss of the wind and the hum of flies. "Command's written us off," said Chief Warwick, his voice low but steady. "We move at nightfall, North Ridge. If we're lucky, we hit the river before dawn." Cole nodded, though his eyes lingered on the horizon. There was no luck left here. Their comms were fried, drones were down, and the sky was crawling with enemy radar. The evac bird that was supposed to pick them up, callsign Raven 2, had never made it past the first checkpoint. The realization hit him like a punch to the gut. They weren't just stranded, they were ghosts already. Danner's breathing grew shallow. Vega ripped open his last vial of morphine. "That's it," he said softly. "Last dose." Cole turned away, scanning the ridge. Something in the air felt wrong. Too quiet, too heavy. His headset crackled for a brief second, just enough to make him flinch. Nothing. Dead air again. "Sir," Warwick said, "we gotta move before we lose light." Cole nodded, gripping his rifle. "We move. No one gets left." As the team started down the slope, the sun dipped below the ridgeline, throwing the valley into shadow. The faint glow of distant fires painted the world in blood-red light. Cole looked back once more at the sky, empty, silent. Somewhere, far beyond the clouds, he imagined the sound of rotors, the kind that once meant hope, rescue, life. But those sounds belonged to another world now. He turned away, whispering to no one in particular, "If anyone's still out there, we could really use a miracle." Then the radio hissed once, so faint it could have been the wind. "Quote ... Copy that, Lieutenant." Cole froze. The others looked up. The voice came again, calm, steady, female. "This is Ghost 1. Hold your position. I've got you in sight." The team stared at one another. That call sign, Ghost 1, was from a pilot who'd been declared dead 3 years ago. For a moment, no one breathed. The radio crackled again, the voice clearer this time, steady, professional, but carrying something human beneath the calm. "SEAL team on Hill 74, this is Ghost 1. Pop red smoke for visual." Cole's pulse pounded in his ears. He stared at the radio like it had come alive. "Ghost 1, say again, who the hell is this?" Static answered. Then, "Lieutenant Cole, you can ask questions later. You've got hostiles converging from the east in 90 seconds before they're in range." "Red smoke, now." Her tone left no room for argument. Cole glanced at Warwick. The chief hesitated, then yanked a flare from his vest and struck it. The hiss of ignition cut through the silence, painting the rocks in crimson mist. "Smoke out," Warwick shouted. Seconds later, the first enemy squad broke from the tree line. Gunfire erupted, bullets slicing through leaves and dirt. The SEALs returned fire, short and disciplined bursts, but they were low on everything. Cole felt the vibration before he saw it, the deep, rolling thrum that made his heart stop. A shadow cut across the smoke and fire. Out of the clouds descended a black aircraft, sleek, unmarked, rotors whispering like the wings of something not meant to exist. It wasn't military issue, at least not any model Cole recognized. "Ghost 1 to ground team, duck and cover." The aircraft banked sideways, side doors open. Twin barrels flared to life, spitting streams of light into the treeline. The mountains shook as the enemy force vanished in a storm of precision fire. Within seconds, the valley was silent again, save for the whine of the rotors. "Area clear," the voice said. "You boys look like hell." Cole stepped out from cover, face lit by the red smoke. "Identify yourself, Ghost 1. That call sign was retired. Pilot Kia, 3 years ago." There was a pause. Then the voice, softer now. Yeah, that's what they told me too. The ramp lowered. Through the glare of the cabin lights, Cole saw a figure in a flight suit step forward, helmet off, dark hair tied back, streaked with ash and dust. Her eyes locked onto his, calm, almost defiant. Captain Rhea Voss, she said. Formerly of Phantom Squadron. Warwick's jaw went slack. Vega blinked, whispering, "No way, she's dead. I saw her memorial photo." Voss gave a faint smirk. "Reports of my death were strategically useful." She tossed Cole a headset. "You want out of here, Lieutenant? Get your team on board now. We've got 5 minutes before radar picks us up." Cole hesitated, staring at her. "Why risk it? Why come back for us?" Rhea met his eyes, her expression unreadable. "Because once, your team pulled me out when command wouldn't. I don't leave debts unpaid." As the rotors screamed and dust tore through the night, the SEALs climbed aboard. Cole glanced out the open hatch, fires dying below, the valley swallowed by darkness. For the first time in hours, he allowed himself to breathe. The dead had come back for them. And Ghost One was real.